Dr. Babatunde Kayode, MNI, joining us in the studio today, and it's a very wonderful one because for some time, many Nigerians have been complaining that every time it is all about women and the girl child education. But now we now have somebody who have actually seen it and seen the gap enough to see that with this attention given to just the girl child, what about the boy child? And that's the more reason why we have Dr. Babatunde. Good afternoon and welcome to the afternoon edition.
Thank you very much.
Today is the International Day for the Boy Child. Yes. And how important is this particular day and why the boy child?
Thank you very much once again. Today is International Day for the Boy Child, and the theme for today is boys' health and well-being. Today is very important. Like you said, we have heard so much girl child, everything, empowerment, loans, every assistance, support, girl child. But we have not been hearing about the boy child. Who speaks for the boy? That boy, who speaks for him? And that is why we have come out with the NGO, Restore Hope for the Boy Child, to be the voice of that boy child.
In order for the boy not to be silent and
neglected in society.
Neglected. And at the end of the day, when the boy child is neglected in the society, the support that the girl child will even have will not be there.
Exactly. You see, I think what happened in the time past was because of, in order to end the discrimination and violence against the girl child, there was that much attention to girl child. But unknowingly, in an attempt to give support to the girl child, they are
neglecting the boy child.
And that was why we find ourselves where we are now. That everything about is girl child to the neglect, disadvantage of the boy child.
Because at some point, I remember my mom used to say something when you are walking through or when you are in the village and you are trying to leave one village to the other, probably maybe during the evening, that you don't allow the girl child alone to walk past through that path. You must have a boy to assist. And that's the beauty of it, because over time, the attention has been given to women in governance, girls in out-of-school children, most especially girls. And then the attention has reduced when it comes to the issue of the boy child. And that actually draws concern, because when you don't have that attention given to them, they will not be able to perform effectively. They will be neglected in the society. But in this particular one now, you are looking at their health. Are you looking at their mental health, emotional health, or what exactly?
Every aspect of the boy child. If a boy that is neglected by the society, by the family, by the nation, there is no how he has emotional stress, psychologically. So even the health is affected, mentally is affected, because he sees himself as being neglected, not part of the society, not part of the family. A boy is made in such a way that, well, he might not want to speak out because he's a man, because he's a boy, but right inside him, something is killing him inside. And that can lead him to do whatever he wants to do to get himself out of, or to get solution to his problems. And that's why you see boys going to drug abuse. Sometimes, like you said, in the school, drop out. Sometimes some even tell you they don't want to go to school again. They're looking for a shortcut to make money, and they find themselves doing Yahoo.
Okay, just yesterday we had a global citizen, Marwan Gwamba, to discuss, and just today informed that he's already in London on this same issue of probably out-of-school children. But now let me just take it to this dimension. If you look at 0 to 14 years old, or let me 0 to 14, let me say 5 to 17 years old, for instance, you discover that we have so much of out-of-school children. Despite the fact that we have issue of the female and then the male in all this particular age group, majority of those who carry out violent acts after 18 years old are mainly the boy child who didn't actually get education. So in this particular point that you are looking at the well-being of this particular boy child, what institutions do you think Nigerian government will have to put in place to address some of these challenge in order for them not to be the problem of our tomorrow?
Yes. Our focus in this NGO, Restore for the Boy Child initiative, is targeted towards the schools, and the parents. They have serious role to play. These children, these boys, they go to school. They need to be careful. They need to encourage. The society needs to support them in whatever they are doing educationally, and let them see that there is nothing they want to become in future without having that foundation of education. is a formative part of their life. They need education. The family also need to show love to them. In some families now they care more of the girl child. Believe that, well, you boy, you have recently you understand, somebody promised the girl child to give them scholarship and said the boy you can go and survive when they are old.
And the boy will end up, and the boys will end up being the problem to even the girl child.
Yeah, to the girl child. That is the issue. So if we neglect the boy child as a family in the school, definitely we are losing it out in the society. And that boy can go to any crime, any way, just to survive. He has to survive.
So, but do you think the boys have actually taken it as part of their challenge now, knowing fully well that their attention has been given much to the girl child? Do you think the boys, probably as they grow older, they get to have a forum where they can actually discuss some of these issues and also draw attention of the world that, look, you are neglecting us? And being the founder of the Restore Hope for the Boy Child Initiative, are you planning of any engagement with them to see that, yes, in the future, they can have a hub where they can discuss their issues and also find better solutions for it?
Exactly. We stand as their voice. Somebody must start first. Like you said, in time past, nobody speaks for the boys. But we are coming out as an NGO to speak for them. And we have lined up programs that will engage them. Very soon, in the month of June, we'll have a kind of a seminar, symposium, advocacy on drug abuse in the schools. So these are opportunities for us to bring them together, let them see that they are important in the society. In the time past, nobody to speak to them, but we will be speaking to them. We'll be calling them, mentoring them on how to live a better life. They also have a future, and our motto is towards a brighter future. So we believe that they can have a brighter future.
Okay, there's a veteran Nollywood actor, I think Okonkwo is the name, I can't get the full name now. Okay. I remember during one of his interviews when he was trying to beat up the issue of masculinity and femininity, yes. That in the European world, where we actually receive our formal education from, yes. They worship women. That's why I see whenever they want to get married, they have to kneel down to give the lady the ring or put the ring, and then we adopted it, yes. Not actually knowing that that is their belief. And further, as time goes on, you discover that at some point the voice got to the peak, whereby everything was dominated by the women. At some point, you also listen to music like "Women, They Rule the World." Now that you are now giving this voice back to where, let me say, I'll be biased in this particular aspect, that to where it belongs, because definitely you need a father to keep the house or the home in order. Yes. Now that you've seen these particular issues now in our society, and you are now also seeing the detrimental aspect of trying to put the man down or the boy down,
yes.
Do you really think the guys will be ready to support you? Because sometimes they also say, look, allow them to talk. They are women. You just have to give them time to do what they need to do.
They will accept us. They know they have been neglected in society, but they are just waiting for somebody to help out, to be their voice. We had a rally, a workshop in the morning, and we could see the support from the boy child, from the men on the street. They know that, yes, this is something they have been waiting for. Every time they hear about girl child, they have not heard about boy child. Our coming has been appreciated in society. So if we call them, they will definitely give us support, and they will be willing to collaborate and do part of whatever we want them to do.
To make this loud in the future, how do you think we have to celebrate this day? I have to say we now, because I'm also part of you guys.
Yes. What I expect you to do, if you have a male child, you are a male child.
Already, yes.
So if you have a boy in the house, take him out, let him have fun. You know, in the time past, if you have a boy and a girl in the house, if the boy does anything, even if it is positive, you ignore it. You don't appreciate him. But if it's a girl child, if she does something that is positive, you want to
encourage him.
You want to appreciate him. You want to encourage him. So if you go, just pat him at the back and to encourage that. Yes, show love to him. That's what I'm trying to say. So the boy child needs to be shown love.
But then, you know, most
them
often
out for outing, and let them know the importance of today. If you have bicycle, let them go on biking and that.
You know, even in our family setting, in the past, you see the women are reserved in the sense that they are allowed to be at home to manage the home affairs. They are like the Minister of Internal Affairs. And then you also see the men being the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the rest of it like that, outside External Affairs. But now we now have a family kind of setting, most especially with the coming of this new generational idea. The use of technology has also bridged the gap in so many aspects of it. Now that we are now in this particular point, they call it Gen Z setting, you've also started seeing boys who are also trying to also behave like ladies or like girls. Are you concerned about this situation?
Yes. That was my first serious concern, that we now see a man wanting to be a woman. What is society turning into? So the man no longer appreciates himself as a man. In those days, even presently, in families, for a couple that have, even if you have 10 girls, 10 daughters, if you have no any boy child, you are seen not to have a child until you have a boy child, because of the value that was placed on the boy child. But where did you miss it? That we have seen a man wanting to be dressed, talk like a woman. We have missed it.
Some say the responsibility is too much for a man. So they need to switch gender.
These are the areas we want to address, because it shows that we have lost our value system in society. We have lost it.
But when it comes to the issue of value system, I mean, restoring that value system, what programs do you think we have to put in place to really tell them, look, this is our value. It's not a value that we have to copy from elsewhere and bring it. No, this is our traditional or our cultural values.
Mentorship. In those days, you look forward to who you want to be like. When I was growing up, I looked forward to somebody I want to be like. I want to speak like him. I want to be, even if it's a doctor, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a pilot. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be this. These children now, these boys, they don't want to become anybody.
But do you think technology is actually one of the major things creating this particular gap?
Probably. I wouldn't say yes, I wouldn't say no.
So in terms of yes now, how will you address that?
Yes, you would say that we should not use technology. The whole world service is technological based. So, but we try as much as possible to see how we can make some interventions to discourage them from some of these things, because they are exposed to so many things. Even social media itself.
And that's my focus.
Yes, it's a means of spreading so many things. Where do you have fake news? It's not for social media. So those are the challenges. So we try as much as possible, to disabuse their minds from those things that are negative, and encourage them to do those things that are positive, that can give them a brighter future.
Okay, in catching them young, do you see yourself maybe in the future trying to build up more clubs for them, most of them in the secondary school, in the primary school, and also how do you plan to capture those that are in the informal sector?
Yes, like those in the school, like I told you, we'll be interacting with them in the school. Like I told you earlier, our target is the family and the school. So we'll reach to those in the school by organizing program. Like I told you, very soon we'll have program on drug abuse, because a lot of these youth are into drug abuse. So for those in the informal sector, we have a way which have been planned, and as time goes on, we'll see how we can address those in the informal sector.
One key problem that we have in the society today, and when you look at the statistics, it's very, very glaring that the boy child is actually, or they are actually the victims of this particular issue, is the issue of cyber fraud. And in some of this, your program, while you are looking at the issue of drug abuse and the rest of it, have you considered the impact they have in terms of the image of Nigeria when you're looking at the issue of cyber crime?
Yes. Those are the consequences of the neglect of the boy child, because society don't care about them. If you say a man should go and look for how to survive, he looks for every available means to survive. That's why we have dropouts in schools. They don't want to go to school again. They are looking at shortcuts to make money. And somebody see a friend of the same age that is making millions. I read on social media a boy of 12 years using the money for rituals because he wants to make money. Tell him what does he want to do with the money. 12 years. So we will address such areas also.
In addressing issues of drugs that you've planned for,
yes.
How do you intend to work with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency and the rest?
Yes. We have been having an advocacy today. We have contacted the drug law and they were ready to partner with us. Unfortunately, why the awareness could not take place because we have so many programs to do. They are ready to partner with us and they are ready to support us in that regard. In fact, they even volunteered that the resource persons will be coming from them.
Okay, so what are your future plans to see that, yes, are you looking forward to a situation whereby you continue to beat this up in the media space, or you want to go to the community where this boy's child are actually facing the brunt of the day?
We are ready to collaborate with anybody or every sector. The media, the society, the family, the school, the government, agencies, and individuals in society. We are ready to partner with them to ensure that the voice of that boy child is heard in society. The neglect is no longer there. The boy child is valued in our society, is valued in the community, is valued in the family. That's our target. And we are ready to go after that.
Okay, in addressing some of these issues, there are key aspects of the world that we are looking out for. And I don't know, because I know how the girl child is getting one of the best in terms of sponsorship globally and the rest. Do you see the boy child also having this opportunity of getting the best of scholarship or sponsorship globally?
Yes, there's opportunity. One of our aims and objectives is gender equality. If the girl child is having access to the loan, to scholarship, we also give the voice to the boy child to also benefit from such facilities. So those are the things the NGO intends to pursue.
Okay, what major role do you think the fathers will have to play on day like this, apart from the issue of just patting them behind and then taking them out? What role do you think society should also have a forum of fathers where they can also sit down in their community hall and address some of these guys of the possible impact of them going into drugs abuse and or going to cybercrime? And do you think the fathers at home, do you think they have actually taken that responsibility to address some of these issues, not just within their family but within their community?
Fathers will begin to live up to their expectations, up to their responsibilities. The care of that boy child is as important as the care of that girl child. They should appreciate the boy child and encourage him, even academically, in schools, in learning, and let them be a role model. Let them be a role model. That's where we miss it. The father should mentor that boy child, then see how that child will become in future.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Babatunde Kayode, MNI, for joining us today on the afternoon edition. I'm discussing the issue of the girl child. This is the first time I'm seeing someone actually coming out, or a foundation actually coming out to back the boy child. Because I remember going to school then, myself and my elderly sister, I discovered that my dad will always give her more money than myself. But then, so now we are going to balance it up. So that's how far we can go today. Dr. Babatunde Kayode, MNI, is the founder, Restore Hope for the Boy Child Initiative, and we are very, very glad that you put up an institution like this to also cater for the needs of the boys. And this is how far we can go today on the afternoon edition, discussing this particular issue on this particular day of the International Day for the Boy Child. And we hope and pray that, yes, the boy child get it right, and when they get it right in the society along with their partner, the girl child, definitely we are going to see a major transformation. So the boy child shouldn't feel that, yes, they've been neglected. Now they have a voice in the Restore Hope for the Boy Child Initiative, founded by Dr. Babatunde Kayode, MNI. So we'll go, that's how far we can go today on the afternoon edition. My name is Isa Nuhu. Have a wonderful day and stay blessed.